Good morning, everyone. Today we celebrate the feast of Pope Saint Gregory the Great. Lived in the 6th century thereabouts. He was initially involved in public life. In other words, he was more involved in politics and in those areas of society which weren't specifically religious. And then he went on, and later on he became a monk, and then a deacon in those days. And later on, he was appointed as Pope. Now, his concern was to reform the church. It seems we've had a lot of popes trying to reform the church. And he wrote extensively on pastoral care and spiritually and morals. And in so doing, attempted to influence the church to come around to the right way. In so doing, he became he was a very humble man, and he was the one who first came up with the title of servant of the servants of the people. That is the title of the Pope, servant of the servants of the people. And that title is still maintained. The Pope is the servant of the servants of the people, and that's quite a responsibility. That he's not just the leader, but he's the servant of the people. And we've spoken about servant leadership before. Jesus was followed because he was a servant of the people. He gave them what they needed. Sometimes they didn't appreciate it, but he gave them what they needed. He was their servant. And that's the example that we would need to follow. In the first letter to the Colossians, which is our first reading of today, St. Paul says, "The message of the truth has reached you and is spreading all over the world." And that kind of ties in a little bit with what I said yesterday in terms of making sure that what we follow is actually the truth. But St. Paul is saying, even to those people of those times, the truth has reached you. The message of the truth has reached you, and it's spreading. But you need to acknowledge what that truth is and where it's coming from. And so we continue on our journey as disciples in our challenging times, ensuring that we follow as disciples and that we take that responsibility seriously. They say, read the small print. What does it actually mean to be a disciple of Jesus? Well, we must live the example and bring others to Christ, and certainly don't take anyone away from them. And I think that responsibility, as I said before, is heavily on parents to make sure that they don't in any way take their children away from Christ by not being the example that they need to be. Have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. God bless. Bye-bye.